Hello, my name is Rachel and this is my channel, The Girl with the Pilates Mat. Welcome to class. It's lovely to have you here. So today we are doing standing Pilates for balance, strength and coordination. So if you're ready, let's begin. I'm just going to quickly turn down my phone because I've realised I've left the volume on, so there we go. All right, so we're going to start standing and I want you to find your stance that feels right for you. So forget about our traditional being in line with your hips, just stand where you feel nicely balanced. We're going to do a little warm up first, okay? So let's start with the shoulders. We're going to go up, back and round, up, back and round, up, back and round, and up, back and round. Now you're going to put your hand on your shoulder and we're just going to work through the elbow and the shoulder, little circles for 1 and 2. And just let your body turn gently with that movement. Good, and if you feel happy to do so, we're going to do the whole arm now, forward and back. And you can just follow it with your eyes. All right, so this will work your balance already, just that little bit of motion. Good, 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's do the other side, hand on the shoulder, up, back and round. That's it, and just allow your body to move with it, wherever your body wants to go. 2, 1. Now let's take the whole arm if you feel happy to do so and follow it with your eyes. Good. 3 and 4 and 5. Well done. Now I want you to press your hands back and think of zipping up through the tummy, lifting up through the crown of the head so we've got good posture, and imagine you're just pushing a wall behind you back. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Turn your palms towards me, bring the hands up, and now let's turn the palms to the ceiling. And now think of the elbows coming down and trying to touch behind you and reach out, drawing down, reaching out, drawing down, reaching out. 2, 1. Well done, and bring those hands down. Okay, we're going to bring those feet a bit closer together now, and we're going to start warming up the legs. So we're going to start with the ankles. So you're going to pop your right foot forward. Now tummy muscles in. It's up to you on your balance. You can have hands on hips, you can have hand on a chair, or you can hold your hands out to the side, whatever works for you. We're going to press into this foot, float the other foot in the air just off the ground and circle the ankle out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take it the other way. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Come down and change sides. So float the foot just off the ground, circling out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring it down. Now let's start working on the knees. So we're just going to float the knee up and drop it down, up and down. So no higher than your hip, very gentle. As you can feel, this is a balance challenge on that standing leg. Lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. One more, lift and down. Let's change to the other side. So again, think of standing tall, tummy's in, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, and pop it down. Okay, let's take the leg out to the side. Think again, standing tall. I really want you to think about your posture. This is where the core work comes in. Reach the arms out, turn your palms of your hands towards me, and think really strong in that upper body. And then we're just going to float the leg up to the side. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Bring it in. Go to the other side. Reset. So standing tall, tummies in, and lift. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And bring it in. All right, let's work the back of the body. So you're going to stand with your left foot forward, your right leg back. All right, and we're going to have a slight bend on this knee, and we're going to take the weight into that leg. All right, so you're working all through this leg and hip. And now the back foot is going to point. You can have a chair in front of you if you need it for balance. Otherwise, arms are just going to reach out, palms up. Tummies in, and then lift. And 2, straight leg. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Come on in. Change sides. Same thing. So think shoulders down, hands out for balance. Point the toes of the left foot and lift. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Well done. Come on in. Now let's go back to the first side. And I want you to have a wider gap between the front and the back leg. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of sort of balance work and weight transference. Okay, so we're going to start by just straightening both legs, tummies in. Now, just check where your hips are. Make sure you're not twisting one way or the other. You want your hips facing forward. So think of like 2 car headlights shining straight ahead. And then hands on the hips, you're just going to bend the front knee and up. Bend and up. Bend and up. Bend and up for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now from there, bring your hands around and let's bring our arms up in front like so. Shoulders are down. Now we're working the back leg. This is a little bit more challenging on the balance. You're going to push off the toes of the back foot and bring your weight forward. And then come back down. Straight legs. Forward and down. Forward and down. Forward and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's change legs. All right. So again, check out where those hips are. And then we're going to bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. So this seems very simple, but these are really good exercises for really building that strength and in your legs and your hips. We're going to go 2, 1. Very good. Now bring those arms around, cross the arms the opposite way to how you did it on the last one. And now you're going to push off that back foot and down. Push and down. Push and down. Push and down. So you really want to be feeling it here. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Turning around to me. Okay, now take those feet wide and let's have them slightly turned out. Abdominals drawing in. We're going to bring the arms up, interlace your fingers, take your hands behind your head. Now see if you can draw your head back into your hands. So you're taking the strain out of your neck and you're really using the muscles inside your neck to really work and draw that head back into alignment. And then we're just going to bend one knee and push up. Bend and up. So this leg stays straight, both elbows open, bend and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. Now lift the heel up on this foot. Now we're going to repeat. So it's going to be harder because you've got just your metatarsals working, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heel off the ground. 7, 8. Drop that heel down. Let's lift the other heel up. So it's like you've got kitten heels on. They're just off the floor, not too high. And then we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Should feel this a little bit more in the muscles around your knees. And 6 and 7 and 8. Well done, and come down. Now we're going to reach out and up. 2. And you just go to wherever is okay for you. I'm just doing my version. You don't have to go as low as me. If you can, then do. But don't worry if you can't. Just do what you can. Good. Last 2. 1. Well done. Bring those arms down and bring the feet in. Okay, so we're going to work a bit more on balance and coordination now. Opposite arm and leg. So what you're going to do is put this hand on the hip, so just mirror me. This foot is going to come up. All right, and the foot can be out like so, opposite arm. All right, you're just going to try and hold that balance to start with. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Other side. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch. So switch and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time each side. Then we're going to add another layer. 4, 3, 2, 1. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to come back up, and this is your start position. Then you're going to open out to the side, bring it back, and lower down. Other way. Up, open, back, and down. So you're going to really use your core. Again, you don't have to go as far as I'm going with my knee. It will really depend on your hip flexibility. Good. So you're trying to coordinate the movement of the arm and leg in opposite directions whilst keeping your balance. It's a lot. Up, out, back and down. Up, out, back and down. Up, out. I'm going to take you to do one more each side. Good. Well done. Fabulous work. Okay. So I'm going to go sideways for this one. And what we're going to do now is we are going to do the lunge forward as we did before. So left foot forward, right foot back. Okay, but we're going to try and add a movement of the head. Now, for some people this can make you a little bit unstable, so be aware of that. Okay, but what we're going to do is have our hands here. We're going to lunge forward, press the arms back, turn the head right, center, left, center, and straighten the leg. So we lunge, we look to the right, center, left, center, and straighten the leg again. Lunge, right, center, left, center, and up. Lunge, right, center, left, center, and up. Just 4. Let's change sides. Okay, again, this is where that core really comes into play. You want to think of here is our center of gravity, okay? So here we go. Now you're going to go left first. So you're going to lunge forward, head goes left, center, right, center, straighten the leg. Lunge, and then we go left, center, right, center, and straighten the leg. Again, lunge, look to your left, center, right, center, and straighten one more. Lunge and left, center, right, center, and up. Well done. Okay, so coming back to your side position, and we're going to pop this leg out to the side. We're going to bend this knee this time, and we're going to do opposite arm and leg, lifting. So this hand is on the hip, and then we're going to raise arm and leg. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now you're going to hold it here and try and straighten the standing leg and bend. Straighten the standing leg and bend. Straighten the standing leg and bend. One more time. Very good. And let's go straight onto the other side. Are you ready? We're going to lift for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now hold it here, trying to straighten the standing leg and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend, and straighten and bend, and come on back. Very good. All right, let's just do little circles with the hips just to release. So you're going to bring this knee up and around, up and around. So just opposite legs, opposite arm and leg, should I say, coming forward, circle and 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 circle last time, and circle. Good stuff. All right, so now we're going to go into a bit more coordination. So I want you to think of having your feet hip width apart, but now step straight forward with this leg. Can you see? All right, so this is a sort of a dance position. Very, very good for balance. You're going to lift the heel of the back leg, and then we're going to bring our arms into this position. So we've got opposite arm to leg, this arm out to the side, and then come up, bend and up, bend and up, bend and up. So really think of your lovely posture. You've got a nice straight spine. All the work is in the leg, hip and bottom muscles. Good. And we're going to do 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Can you hold it here? Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Step back. Step forward with the other leg. All right, so opposite arm and leg. Here we go. Lift the heel of that leg. And that heel stays up. Good. 3. Now start to get a bit more precise with your arms. That's it. Good. And forward. Nice. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Did you feel that one in the knees? I bet you did. Okay, so we're going to work the back body. And you're going to be in a turned out position. Okay, so obviously I've done years of ballet, so I tend to turn out more than is normal for most people. So just think about having your feet rather than parallel, slightly turned out. The idea is you feel open across the hips here. Okay, and we're doing a similar idea to our standing position we just did, should I say. All right, so you're going to come down and up, down and up. So if I face you, it looks like this, and up, yes, down and up, down. So think of squeezing your bottom as you come up, down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Good. Now we're going to bring our arms up in the air. I want you to be in a V position. So palms facing out, and then you're going to bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. So really try and squeeze your bottom as you straighten your legs. Good. 2, 1. Okay, now big challenge. Back leg is going to come off the ground. It's going to be slightly bent at the knee, and you're going to try and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend it out. Come on in. Swap to the other side. So bring that leg in front. Slightly turned out. Hips square. Hands on the hips for the first set. Bend and up. Bend and up. Bend and up. Bend and up. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring those arms up into a V. Shoulders down. Bend and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now take the weight into the front leg. You're lifting the back leg. The knee is bent. It's turned out. Little lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And come on in. Very good. All right, from here, let's go back to feet hip width apart. Tummies in. And we're going to do a little bit of hinging at the hip. That's really going to work the bottom muscles. Okay, so the basic movement is a little bend. So don't think of squat. It is that kind of movement, but it's not about going far down towards the ground. It's about sticking your bottom out and hinging here. So you're hinging at the hips. All right, and you're trying to bring your body down into almost like a tabletop, so that when you lift it back up, you're working here in the glutes. Can you see? Yes. So we're going to bend and lift 2 more. Good. Now we're going to bend, bring the arms around, so there's almost like they are level with the crown of your head. Bring them back and up. Okay, so we bend, the arms come round, the arms go back, we lift up. We bend, the arms come round, the arms go back and up. Bend, round, back and up. Bend, round, back and up. Bend, around, back and up, and bend, around and back and up. Well done. Okay, so now let's have a little stretch. So we're going to float this knee up, and we're going to try and take hold of this knee and just hold it here, pulling it in towards your chest. Well done. And down. Same thing with the other leg. Lift, draw it in. Good. Go back to the first side, and I want you to lift, draw it in. Okay, now take this hand away. Woo! Take this hand away, take it out to the side, and see if you can take that leg out to the side for a little stretch and hold. 2, 3, bring it in and down. Same thing on the other side. Lift, open, find that little bit of a stretch. Good. Well done. Back and down. Now we're just going to work on the hip flexors just a little before we finish. So you're going to point the right leg in front. You're going to lift your arms up. If that's too much on your shoulders, you can have your arms crossed at the front. Okay, both legs are straight, and you're going to try and float that leg up and bring it down. So we're not trying to move it like so, we're trying to move it from the hip. Don't aim at going high, just aim at keeping the legs straight for 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. A lot harder than it looks, isn't it, that one? And let's go the other way. So lifting up, shoulders down. Think of your eye line straight ahead, tummy's in. Now float the leg up and bring it down. Float it up and bring it down. Up and down. Up and down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Turn to face me. Let's come back to our feet hip width apart. Hands on the hips and just lift this heel and down. Other side, lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Now if you want, you can go here, press up and lower. Press up and lower. Up and lower. Up and lower. If you want, you can add arms, up and lower. Very slowly. That's it. Up and lower. 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 Stepping wide. And to finish, we're going to bring this arm across, up, and lunge it out. Other way, across, up, and lunge. So we're just circling out, and out, and out, and out, and out, and out. So just enjoy that freedom of movement. Just really feel that stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and hold it here. Now bring your other arm up and just give yourself a little side stretch. Nice deep breaths. Good. And then we're going to go the other way. And over. Little side stretch. Good. And up. Now bring those arms behind you. Interlace those fingers. Stretching the front of your chest. So think about trying to tuck under this time. And reach back, stretching out the front of your shoulders. Pulling those ribs in. Bend the knees. Hinge at the hips. If you can, you take your arms over. Big, 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 big stretch. Bring yourself up. Well done. Bring the arms up. And now think of reaching back, reaching back, reaching back. And circle the arms out. And let's just finish with your shoulder rolls, going back for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hands for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now put your hands together and give yourself a round of applause. Well done, everyone. That was your session for today. So thank you so much for joining me. Do press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And please do share this with a friend and maybe leave me a comment as well, because I love to hear what you think. All right, so that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care and have a lovely day. Well done, everyone. Yes, I am still here because we are doing a live stream class today. So do let me know what you thought about that. I'm going to come and chat to you now. I couldn't resist, to be honest, putting in a little bit of dance in there. So I'll be interested to see what you all think and how it went for you. Do let me know. As you can see, we've got a beautiful sunny day today, which is absolutely lovely. So very much enjoying the weather. Just so you know, there was 120 people doing the session today, 120 of you all over the world. So I love that. I think it's wonderful that we come together, and do remember that we do our live senior class usually on the first Monday of every month. So it's always Monday at 4 p.m. I didn't do it last week because I wasn't very well, but I know you all got the message about that. But usually it'll be the first Monday of the month. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with what's coming out and what I'm doing, check the post section of this channel. That's where I post any information about upcoming videos, playlists, live streams, and all manner of things, okay? And don't forget, if you can show your appreciation by making a donation today, it would be so wonderful. It would be very, very helpful. It's donations that keep me going. I don't put in a paywall. I don't charge for these classes because I want everyone to have access to them. And I rely on your goodwill, that you appreciate what I do. And if you can afford to donate, then consider donating the amount that you would pay for a class if you were to go to a class in your local area. All right, so thank you for that. I'm going to hop straight onto the chat now and see who's here. If you've got any questions, do let me know. I'm just going to have a quick sip of water. Can you see my mug? It's covered in lipstick. Hang on a second. Can you see my mug? I don't know if that's in focus. Can you see there? My mother-in-law bought me this. I do love it. Rachel, she leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. So thank you, Norma. That's my mother-in-law. Okay, so we have Cheryl, who's in Virginia. Hi, Cheryl. Lovely to see you here. Cheryl was asking about Boo because Boo was injured. She's much better, still limping a little bit, but she's much better. So thank you for that, Cheryl. And as you can see, she's fast asleep, so she's quite happy at the moment. Hello to Mary Margaret Seagrace. Hello, Mary. Lovely to see you. And thank you very much for your donation today. Much appreciated. Hello to June Kowalczak. Hi, Jude. Lovely to see you. You're off to the doctors. Oh, sorry, we won't get to see you today, but we will see you another time. And yes, do catch up later. Hello to Val S. Hi, Val. Val is saying hello to everyone with the warmest regards from Germany. It's lovely to see you, Val. Thank you for checking in today. Hello to Robin Newcomb. Robin is over in Zurich in Switzerland. Hello to you, Robin. Lovely to see you. You've got some rain clouds gathering today. Yes, we had a massive thunderstorm last night, which we weren't expecting, but the garden was very happy, I can tell you. Oh, you put your veggies in today. Well done. You're doing your gardening. Very good. Love to hear that. And yes, I've done, I'm just starting growing my veg. Well, I planted out my veg that I've been growing from seed a couple of weeks ago. So I've got, what have I got at the moment? I'm trying to remember. I've got courgettes. I've got, oh, I've forgotten what they're called now. Courgettes and, it'll come to me in a minute. Courgettes, broccoli, tomatoes, red peppers, yellow peppers, onions, lots of onions, and carrots. That's it so far. Oh, and some leeks. That's it so far. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and squash. That's the one I couldn't remember. Squash as well. Okay, so Valerie Veal. Hello to you, Valerie. Lovely to see you. Valerie says, yay, a rare opportunity for me to join you live. All classes are great. Hence, Ko-fi subscriber. Thank you very much, Valerie, for that. I know I see your name on Ko-fi on a regular basis, so it's very much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel and you don't know what Ko-fi is a creator page. It's completely separate from YouTube, but it's where you can directly support me and interact with me. It's where I post exclusive previews of what's coming up on YouTube. I post things about nutrition and health and all things related to kind of well-being. So it's a lovely community to be part of. It's like this community, but a little bit smaller and a little bit closer. So if that appeals to you, then go and join my Ko-fi page. That is based on a monthly subscription, or you can do a one-off donation, whatever works for you. Hello to Martine de Kerpel. Hi, Martine. Lovely to see you. Says, hello, very warm here. Your flowers need water. Yes, get out there and get watering, Martine. You may get some rain as well, though, I think, because you're in Belgium, aren't you? So I think Europe is getting a little bit of those thunderstorms at the moment. Marina Clarick. Hello, Marina. Lovely to see you. You're home today. Yay! How lovely, because you're normally at work, aren't you, Marina? So it's lovely to have you at home. I hope you really enjoyed this session, and it's been a nice way to start your day. Sandra Moe says, greetings from Vancouver, Canada on a cloudy spring day. Greetings to you, Sandra. Wonderful to have you here from Vancouver. So lots of love to you. Hello to Kim B. Good morning to you, Kim. Hello to Eleanor Kerr, who's over in Canada. Hello to you, Eleanor. Sue De Pinto. Hi, Sue. Sue says, yay, these sessions are my favourites. Looking forward to doing it this afternoon. I hope everyone is well and had a nice weekend. Well, that's very, very kind of you, Sue. Thank you very much indeed. Sue says hello to Rachel Cohen-Boo and the Rachelettes. Hello to June Kowalczak, who says, this looks like a great workout. We'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to be 25 degrees centigrade this afternoon. Cannot wait. Going to go for a walk and do some gardening. Oh, there's lots of gardening going on, isn't there? It is that time of year. So lovely to hear. Now remember, everyone, if you do gardening, You really want to be taking care of your back. So when you've had a heavy session in the garden, remember to do something relatively gentle, and remember that you will need to do that core work and to kind of release the back, because the back works very hard with gardening because you're bending forward a lot. So you want to be thinking of very gentle stretch and release type work. So one of my more gentle sessions if you're going to do something the same day. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so Shatsik Tivs, hello to you. I hope I pronounced that right. Shatsik Tivs, you are as poised as a pin. Well, thank you very much indeed. That is my ballet training. I was very lucky that I started doing ballet classes in the local church hall when I was 3 years old, and I think that's kind of stayed with me in terms of poise and strength. And obviously for all of you watching, the way to have good posture and to be poised is to strengthen your core, which isn't just the front here, it's all those muscles in the back. So although you weren't aware you were doing that today, you were doing that today. All the standing work is fantastic for strengthening the back muscles. So very important for everybody, but of course this is my senior special, so especially good for anyone who is 65 plus, who's being aware or becoming aware that they are rounding forward. That's when we need to think about really opening out the shoulders and strengthening those back muscles. So well done for doing it today. And thank you for your compliment, Shatsik Tibbs. Thank you very much. And Papa says, I think standing Pilates is my current favorite. Thank you. Especially with the ballet bar moves. Yeah, I do like the ballet bar. And I don't know, how do you guys feel? Would you like to do next month as your senior special a ballet style workout? Let me know in the comments, because we could do a nice gentle sort of ballet style session. Again, always good for the back, the legs and the glutes. Ballet's brilliant for those areas of the body. Who else have we got? We've got Stephanie Langton. Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie says, fabulous class as always. Thank you. Perfect for my return to a longer workout session following a virus. Really enjoyed that. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. And it's lovely to have you back. And I'm glad that you have recovered enough to start coming into these longer sessions. So do bear in mind, my sessions on Mondays are normally 20 to 30 minutes. And Fridays can be anywhere between 20 minutes and 40 minutes, okay? So do check out the Fridays as well if that's something you're interested in. Cheryl says, yesterday was Mother's Day. I pushed my mother in a wheelchair up and down hills in the botanical gardens. My muscles have been screaming since. This session helped me feel better so much. Thank you. Cheryl, what a lovely thing to do though, to be with your mum on Mother's Day in a botanical garden. That sounds wonderful. And just, you know, even though your muscles are screaming, just take a note here. Take a note that you were pushing your mum up and down hills and you're fine. That shows how strong you are. So well done you. And yes, just really allow yourself to kind of stretch out and relax today. Mary Margaret Seagrace says, this workout felt great after working in the garden yesterday. Really glad to hear that. Thanks for sharing, Mary. Tracy Waltman says, so calming, still very challenging. My balance is better on the left side, which I find interesting. Thank you, Rachel. I hope this wonderful global community has a wonderful week. Well, what a lovely message. And the same to you, Tracy. Am I right, Tracy? You're in Montana? That came into my head. I think that's where you are. But you have a wonderful week as well. Valerie Beale says, a really great workout. Felt a bit lacking in energy this afternoon, so I thought I could do a gentle session. Definitely a workout, but very enjoyable. So glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing, Valerie. Diane McFadden says, thank you. I love doing class on my holiday in Corfu in the sun. Diane, that sounds amazing. What a lovely thing to do. I think Pilates outside is wonderful. And one day, everybody, one day when I get to 1 million subscribers, I promised you all that I will do a retreat in the Caribbean. And when we get there, we can all do our standing Pilates in the sunshine together. Wouldn't that be great? So yes, I want to get to 1 million subscribers. So do think about sharing this anywhere you think might pick it up, might share it, any kind of communities. That would be amazing. Robin Newcomb says, a lovely balance and coordination session today. Thank you, Rachel. Lots of clicking of the shoulders, probably from the garden work I've been doing. Feeling great after this one. Thank you, Robin. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, my shoulders are a bit clicky today as well because I was doing a lot of gardening yesterday. So I'm with you there. I know how you feel, but I'm glad you're feeling better. Kim B says, what a wonderful, comfortable session that felt good all over. I needed this as I've been stuck with tendonitis in my knee. Oh, Kim, well, I hope it's feeling a little bit better now. And yes, that was the idea. It was just a gentle mobility session, but there was a lot going on. I mean, I really do think a lot about what I put in the sessions and how I develop them. That's why I'm very careful about the titles that I put. So today was working on balance and strength and coordination. So we have things without arms, with arms, things where we're having to stand, you're going to hold a position. All of those things are doing sort of full body strength, but we're not kind of constantly working the same muscles over and over. We're kind of moving between things. And it's one of the things I really love about Pilates, because I know that there are other styles of exercising that I loved when I was in my 20s, but now I do not, where you just repeat the same thing over and over and over until you are sort of exhausted and your muscles are burning and you're screaming in pain. We don't do that in Pilates. It's all about really 360 holistic movement. So moving everything, but also thinking about the connections between the muscles. The connections between your spine and your arms, your spine and your legs, your spine and your ankles, your feet, they're all connected. Yes, so that's why we kind of work in this way. And certainly for me, as I'm doing more and more work for mobility for people 60 plus, it's really important to keep thinking about these connections. You know, don't think as a muscle as being one isolated thing on its own, because no muscle works on its own. For every muscle that moves one way, there's a muscle that moves it in the other direction. They're connected to another muscle, and all these connections end up in some way or another, in a spiral sometimes, connected to your spine. And so that's why this kind of workout, you feel great, but you don't feel overworked because you've worked everything in a nice, even way. So I'm really delighted to hear how much this is working for you guys. So thank you so much for sharing. Diane Messner, thank you so much for your donation and your lovely emoji saying you are amazing. You're amazing too, Diane. Thank you so much. Very generous of you to donate $20 today. So $19.99. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Marina Clarick says, I enjoyed this class after an hour of yoga this morning. Wonderful, Marina. That sounds like you've had a really good day of movement. Jeanette, hello, lovely Jeanette. Jeanette says, hi everyone. Hope you are all enjoying the sunshine. Great to be able to join you in a live class today. Thank you for a lovely standing class, which I did holding my weights. Bravo, Jeanette. That sounds wonderful. Carla La Bombard. Hello, my lovely Carla. Carla says, happy Monday, Rachelette. Planted most of my veggies over the weekend, so my back needed this one. Thanks, Rachel. Do you realise how alike we all are? All of us have been out in the garden planting our vegetables this weekend. I love that. All over the world, we're all in our little gardens doing our vegetables. It's wonderful. Martine de Kerfel says, I felt a little my left hamstring from squatting this morning. Love the stretch balance and some ballet. I planted carrots, arugula and parsnip. I gave them water just before class. Oh, I'm just loving this gardening vibe today. It's just brilliant. Marina Clarick says, I would love to grow vegetables, but here in Alabama, it gets so hot and humid. Being outside in the summer is difficult. Yeah, I can imagine that is quite tricky. Are there vegetables you can grow in humid weather? I'm sure there must be some with the more tropical ones, like Marina, have you ever heard of cucamelons? I've always wanted to grow them. They're like this size and they look like a mini watermelon. So like just about bigger than a grape. They look like a watermelon, but they're really nice in salads and things like that. They're kind of like a cucumber sort of flavour, I think, but they look like a tiny, tiny watermelon. But there's things like that you could check out and see if you could grow. Or you can always grow them in pots indoors if it's not too cold with your air conditioning. So yeah, honestly, I am by no means an expert gardener, far from it. I am just learning because I grew up in London, so I always lived in flats. We didn't really had a little garden when I was young, but my parents were too busy to do any gardening. And then for all my adult life, until I moved here to Brighton, I lived in a flat with no garden. So it's all for me a learning curve at the moment. But I've got some tomatoes growing, and I've got a little greenhouse with some tomatoes in. So yeah, it's all kind of fun and games. And you know what you can grow, Marina? You could grow some herbs. You don't need a garden for herbs. And there are some herbs that love the sunshine. You could just have some little pots with some herbs in. There's something really lovely about just tending to your garden. I never realised or appreciated how wonderful it is to be in nature. Even if it's just one little pot with one little herb, taking care of it, watching it grow, eating it. Like I made a salad yesterday for me and my husband Kerwin, and I used a fresh parsley from the garden, and I used a fresh lemon balm, and I took loads of lemon balm leaves and I washed them, chopped them up, and I put them in yogurt, so it's a kind of a lemony yogurt, and I had that with fish. It was absolutely delicious. But anyway, back to Pilates. Marina says, everyone is growing such a nice variety of veggies. I know, isn't it wonderful, Marina? Anne Papa says yes to a ballet session. Diane Messner says yes to ballet movements. Noted, everybody. Marina Clark says, I have finally joined Instagram and I'm following you as of this morning. Yay! I'll say hello to you later, Marina. Thank you. Eleanor Kerr says, ballet theme for next week would be lovely. All the ballet moves are appreciated. Thank you, Eleanor. Well, what I might do, Eleanor, is do a ballet theme for next month. So that would be our senior session. On the first Monday of the month will be a ballet themed session. And I'll try and maybe put another ballet one in our Fridays as well. Because it sounds like ballet is definitely one that you all enjoy. So we'll definitely do that. Oh, Kerwin, oh, okay, I can see you're talking to Carlos, that's fine. Stephanie Langton says, another lover of ballet style workouts. Hope to be back to Friday workouts next week, having hair done this week. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephanie. Have a lovely time at the hairdressers, and we will definitely see you next week. So it looks like ballet is definitely the one for next month. So I will be thinking about that and working on that. We will do ballet, and I'll think about whether to use the chair or not. I might do some of the ballet center work because that's really lovely movement, but I will keep it at a level that I see as sort of senior stroke beginner ballet, because I know you love all those flowing movements, don't you? So we'll definitely do that. Mary Margaret Seagrave says, I vote for Barbados. My husband is from there. How wonderful, Mary. Well, it could be Barbados. I haven't been to Barbados, but I have been to Grenada. and we loved it there. I have to say, me and my husband, we went to Grenada 2 years ago, and it was the best. Oh, we stayed in the most amazing place, and they actually have an area where you can do yoga. And I was saying to my husband, oh, we could do a retreat here. Everyone has their own little villa. Oh, it was just amazing. But I will check out Barbados, Mary, because I've never been there and I know it's supposed to be really beautiful. So thank you for sharing that. Tracy, Tis Montana, thank you. Glad to see Boo. Yes, she's getting much better. Kim B says, yes, Rachel, my knee does feel much better, less tight and less restricted. The interconnected muscles needed to be worked. Thanks so much. Wonderful to hear, Kim. Thank you for sharing. Marina Claret says, to me, it feels different doing a live versus a recorded class. I love both, but I do prefer the live classes. Unfortunately, I can't do all the time. But oh, I love those cucumbers. Any cucumbers? Yes. How fabulous. Carla says, any class you do, Rachel, is wonderful. And Marina says, I agree with Carla. Any class is wonderful. June says, I love Barbados. Haven't been back in 40 plus years. Gorgeous. Do you know what? I'm going to go and have a look at Barbados after this, because I don't really know much about it, but I'm rather excited to see what it's all about now. So thank you for sharing that, everyone. That is it for today. I will be back next week. Next week will probably be a mixed ability session. I'm not sure what it'll be yet, but I'm going to get thinking about that soon. But I promise you, next month on the first Monday, we will be doing a ballet inspired session for everyone. All right, so don't forget, I'll be back on Friday at 10 a.m. UK time, and the Monday playlist, this week's playlist is out today. That's Monday, so do check that out. And if you do follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I pop a link on there every week for this week's playlist, so you'll have it there, or of course you can go to my posts on YouTube and see it in there as well. Everyone, yes, have a wonderful week. It's been lovely spending this time with you. Take care, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.